Overcoming childhood trauma. I remember crying out to God in my early 20s. Why did my parents have to do this to me? You see, I grew up with very low self-worth, and though I was an overachiever in school, in sports, and in life, I was emotionally stunted. My mind was filled with anxiety and worry. And even though I didn't have any of those things, I felt like I had nothing to offer anyone. I had no purpose. I was simply going through the motions of life. I hated who I was, so I did whatever I could to change myself, to become someone else, but nothing worked. I was stuck in a cycle of failure and shame. One day I stumbled upon the teachings of a renowned spiritual teacher. He taught me that everything that I was seeking was within me already. He taught me about meditation and how to access the deepest levels of my subconscious mind where all of my limiting beliefs and destructive behaviors originated. It took a lot of courage and a lot of work, but slowly and surely, I began to heal. I learned how to love myself and forgive my parents for their mistakes. In doing so, I discovered who I really was. I became confident, peaceful, and happy. It was at that moment that I realized no one can hurt us unless we allow them to. No one can make us feel inferior unless we believe they are superior. Many of us are still struggling with childhood trauma because we don't understand that our parents were only human. They too were created by imperfect parents. They too were products of their environment and had done the best they could with what they had been given. When we realize this, we can start to let go of our pain and suffering. We discover that they are not evil and that we don't have to keep punishing ourselves for their mistakes. You see, when we have unresolved issues with our parents, we are hurting ourselves. Every time we think a negative thought about them, or hold on to anger, resentment, bitterness, or shame, we are filling ourselves with toxicity. This in turn affects every area of our lives. But once we realize that our parents were only human, it becomes easier to forgive them and move forward. There is a great story about a man who had a problem with alcohol. He went to see a therapist and told him about his drinking problem. The therapist asked him, "Do you think your drinking problem is because of something that happened in your childhood?" The man thought for a moment and then said, "No, it's not because of anything my parents did. I mean, they gave me life and I owe them everything." Then the therapist asked, "So why do you have a drinking problem?" And the man replied, "Because I think they were too good to me. Because of that, I have been trying to be a good person ever since I was born. And I am tired of being good. I want to do bad things too." The therapist was shocked. He had never heard such a thing before, but he understood what the man was saying. You see, sometimes we can have unresolved issues with our parents if they have done too much for us instead of too little. If they have always tried to control our lives, we may rebel against them and try to do the opposite of what they wanted for us. In either case, the solution is the same. We must learn to accept ourselves just as we are, to love ourselves in spite of our flaws and imperfections. Only then can we truly be happy. My question for you is, what are you doing today to accept yourself just as you are? If you are still struggling with childhood trauma, I would like you to know that there is hope. You can overcome your past and create a beautiful future for yourself. Here is what you need to do. First, you must be willing to forgive yourself and others. Holding on to anger, resentment, bitterness, or shame will only cause you more pain and suffering. Second, you must learn to love yourself. This means accepting yourself just as you are, flaws and all. It also means treating yourself with kindness and compassion. Third, you must take responsibility for your own happiness. No one else can make you happy. You are responsible for creating your own joy. If you can do these 3 things, I promise you that you will be on the path to true happiness and fulfillment. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Now I want to hear from you. What are some of the things that you have done to overcome childhood trauma? What has worked for you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching Healing Flames TV by Menthiol. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell and keep watching other videos on our channel for more healing and light. And as always, remember that I am rooting for you. Now go out there and rock your world.